Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for the presentation of the colors and remain standing for the invocation? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good afternoon. My name is Tiffany Benjamin, and I'm the senior class secretary of the class of 2012. We, the students of David W. Carter High School, stand as one here today, fully aware of the many blessings that we have been bestowed upon us. Yet we are very mindful of the many tasks before us. We each ask of you to ignite with us as we give thanks of the many blessings which we have received. We also ask for you to continue the support as we embark upon graduation and the long journey ahead of us. We are also thankful to be able to stand here today knowing that none of this would be possible without none of you. Without the spiritual guidance that kept us, our pathway clear. Would you please bow your head for a moment of silence? Thank you, and you may be seated.
Parents, guardians, family, and friends, your graduate has asked that you treat this exercise with the utmost respect. Every graduate deserves to hear his or her name announced. Noisemakers, horns, bells, yells, or any other distractors are not conducive to maintaining the dignity and grandeur of this event. We ask that you hold your applause and congratulatory yells until after all the names have been called, so that the next name called can be clearly heard. Every parent deserves the right to hear their child's name called. These are special moments that can never be recovered. Please be respectful of this expectation. Your assistants will provide the very best graduation for each student. Thank you in advance for your cooperation to ensure a dignified graduation ceremony.
Good afternoon. I am Carla Ranger, Dallas ISD Trustee for District 6, and it's my privilege to speak to the 2012 graduating class of David W. Carter High School. You and your families and friends are gathered here for for this wonderful celebration of a milestone in your lives. Students, you know that you have made a great accomplishment, and you didn't get here by yourselves. There are others who helped you to be here, and they're seated here with you celebrating this day. So before we move any farther, let's thank our teachers, our counselors, our administration, and our campus staff led by Mr. Fred Davis. And I want us to do this in a very special way to them. Saying yes, yes, we thank you, is very affirming in our feelings and your feelings of how they have helped you. So I'd like for, as I ask our teachers and the staff and Mr. Davis to stand, I want you to give them 4 very affirming claps or applause, and at the same time say to them, yes, we thank you. Because I know that you are appreciative of what they have done for you to help you to get to where you are today. So Mr. Davis, if you and your faculty will stand so that we can receive appreciation, and staff members who are here, wherever you are. And I want you, students, to think of that teacher, that counselor, that cafeteria person, the maintenance person, the custodian, that faculty member, staff member, those who helped you and gave you that special boost. And on the count of 3, I want you to say, with your applause, yes, we thank you. You ready? All right, hands in positions. And you're going to see them smile because they appreciate your gratitude given to them. 1, 2, 3. Yes, we thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Davis, faculty, and staff. There are others seated all around, hundreds of people, some who are still making their way in. They're here, your family and your friends also, to celebrate this day, and you are here in your seats because of them. We want to also say to them, yes, we thank you, so that you, parents, family, and friends, will know how much we appreciate what you've done to help our seniors get to where they are. So on the count of 3, your parents, your families, your friends will be listening. Hands in position. Let's tell them, yes, we thank you. 1, 2, 3. Yes, we thank you. And we do thank all of you for what you've done to help our seniors get here. From here, seniors, you will discover that you'll be going in many different directions. The class of 2012 will, some of you go on to community college. Some of you will go to 4-year colleges and universities. Some of you will go to get a certificate or additional training. Some to the workforce, some to the military. Some of you are not quite sure of exactly what you want to do. You're still weighing your choices and your options. But I'm here to say that whatever road you take, the key to your success lies in your attitude. The key is the attitude you take on the road with you. Now, you've made grades in various subjects, and some of you perhaps have received your report cards, or you will receive your report card. But today, starting today, I want you to decide to give yourselves the grade on your next report card. In other words, I want you to decide on your report card for life. And your report card for life, what you should assign yourself is the letter A for attitude. Give yourself an A for for attitude and make it positive. Now, don't wait for someone else to give you the grade, because someone else may decide that your grade is a B for bitterness or for blaming someone else or for bellyaching about everything. There are others who may give you a C, saying that you're confused or you're complaining all the time, or can't, that big word can't. Someone else may give you a D for just being depreciated, for being disappointed, or they may even say that D is because you're dumb. And of course, you don't want anyone else or someone else to give you an F for fussing all the time, or for being flippant about it, or for failure. I want you to say, I give myself an A. And I guarantee you that if you give yourself an A for attitude, that will determine your future. You will make your own future with that A. The great statesman Winston Churchill said that attitude is a little thing, but it means a whole lot, and it makes a big difference. And very recently, Oprah Winfrey said that the great discovery is that the attitude, your attitude, can make the difference in your future. So every day, no matter what your circumstances, no matter what comes your way, you give yourself an A. As a matter of fact, when you leave here to celebrate with those who are still coming in and those who are already seated, take out a card and write on there, "This is my report card for life." And then put an A there. Put it in your pocket, put it in your purse, put it in your backpack. And whenever you're feeling that things aren't going well, you pull out that A, pull out that report card, the one with the grade that you assigned yourself, and you look at it. It will make you feel better, the attitude that's positive, and those around you, because a positive attitude can erase negative situations around you. So I ask you to leave here and have high expectations. Learn something every day by reading for 20 minutes a day to keep on developing your muscles. And then in every situation, no matter what, decide that you will give yourself an A. Now, I admit, you're going to have some days that are sad, but you can make them happy or find some happiness if you give yourself an A. There will be some times that are ugly, but you can make them pretty if you give yourself an A. You'll have some frowns some days, but you can turn them into smiles at some point if you give yourself an A. There will be some crying, but you can make that crying some laughter, or that sorrow joy, if you give yourself an A. In fact, if you find that you're in the middle of an ugly nightmare, you can turn it into a beautiful dream if you give yourself an A. On your journey, stay close to the other people who support you in giving yourself an A and who sincerely care about you. Surround yourself with them, for they will encourage you and they will help you to maintain that letter, to maintain that attitude. I'd like for you all seniors now to stand. Now, you see that there are many here who are just proud of you and what you have accomplished. I want you to affirm in front of all of your family and friends that you will. No matter what happens, I want you to do this. Say, I give myself an A. So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I want you to respond with, I give myself an A. When it looks like everything is going wrong, what are you going to do? When the money is low, but your hopes are still high, you're not quite sure of what you're going to be able to do, what will you do? Oh, I heard you say it with great affirmation. I like that. And when sadness creeps in, or things are not quite going right, and everything looks negative all around you, I want you to stand erect and tall and with confidence. Look at that piece of paper and say, what? We believe, students, that you will give yourselves an A. So I want you to now take your seats, and then I want your family and your friends around, your teachers, all of you. Will you stand in honor of our seniors? Stand up. All right, now, here's what I want you, as you remain standing, here's what I want you to do. Teachers and staff, if you're going to tell them this and you are affirming our seniors, I want you to stand and on the count of 3, through both our applause, but first with our words, tell our graduates here and in the audience, let's tell them how much through our applause we're going to be with them. And on the count of 3, I want you to tell them all in the strongest voice you can say, give yourself an A. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Give yourself an A. Thank you, congratulations, and throughout life, we expect you to give yourself an A for attitude and make it positive.
Okay, once again, excuse me, once again, we'll ask you to please understand our expectations regarding this ceremony, and let's refrain from any yells or holler until after our graduates are exiting the building. Thank you so much for your compliance with that.
Mr. Davis, faculty and staff, family and friends, and the illustrious class of 2012. It is an honor to stand here today as your salutatorian. I pondered long and hard about how I would deliver today's message. What would I say? How should I say it? So I decided to do something different. I decided to do a rap. Yes, I said it, a rap. So I'm gonna need you all's help, so I'm gonna need y'all to clap with me, please. After 4 long years, we're finally here, sitting in our cap and gowns. We went from scared little freshmen to senior steps. Hey, other classes bowing down. An ambitious, creative, and talented class. Don't you wish you can be one too? The senior class of 2012, the proud, the brave, the few. Shout out to all the seniors at Carter. This last year was fun, y'all, but them classes got harder. We took our work first class, like we wrote the charter. Thanks, teachers and staff, for pushing education farther. The good times and the bad times and everything in between. From late nights spent studying to winning homecoming and prom queen. You see, 2012, here's the thing, the haters hate to see you glow. But your only response to them should be, who gonna stop me though? Let me fill you in on a secret or two. There's no limit on how great you can be. Reach for the stars. Who cares if they doubt you? You'll get that PhD. Oh, but when you do, make sure you stay true to your Carter cowboy roots. You're never too cute, rich or fly to rep that red and blue. We made sure we wore our badges. We made sure our shirts were red. Make sure you get to class on time, because that's what Mr. Davis said. Shout out to Mr. Davis. You really are the man. With all your good intentions, you changed Cowboy Land. You turned our dreams into realities. You turned our cans into cans. Now our standards are high, higher than a hill. Like Mr. Davis said, we can and we will. Thank you. Thank you. Will the band and choir please take their places?
Valedictorian up in the Good to see you. All right.
Good afternoon, administrators, school board member, Carla Ranger, faculty and staff, parents, relatives, and friends. To the exemplary class of 2012, I salute you. I am DeCardio Cottonham, the victorious valedictorian of David W. Carter High School. I know the victory of becoming #1 among so many talented, intelligent, hardworking, high achievers was not an accomplishment I achieved alone, but it was by the grace and mercy of the powerful man upstairs that I have made it to this destiny. June 2nd, 2012. I thank God for being with me, with all of us, through the times we experienced greatness and achieved victories, as well as the times of defeats, obstacles, and struggles. To God be the glory. I also thank the faculty, staff, coaches, mentors, and volunteers for being a part of our high school experience, for encouraging us along the way, for guiding and sometimes forcing us to choose the right path, and for inspiring us to become greater than who we are today. I also thank them for constantly reminding us that life doesn't end in the halls of David W. Carter, but it begins after we exit its doors and begin our quest facing the real world and preparing us for college. Most of all, I thank all of our parents, guardians, and family members for being by our side each step along the way, from grade school, middle school, entrance into high school, and all the challenges that led to today. It is because of you that we have accomplished so much. You have been and will continue to be our own personal heroes, the wind beneath our wings. It is because of your sacrifices that we have been able to soar so high. Thank you. Personally, I thank my mom and my grandmother for their support of a very active young man who loves to play football and sing. Also to Kylie Cottonham, my beautiful baby girl, for being my motivation to strive for greatness and nothing less. Also to her mother and my girlfriend, Tyler Evans. I hope I have made you proud. Last but definitely not least, I give a shout out to 2012. You are literally the ones to remember. The days of walking through Carter halls will never be forgotten. From the pep rallies to the games, to the late nights of homework and struggles in classes, to the A's and B's on report cards. From the jokes and pranks to the reality that we have grown up. It's amazing how I walked into Carter as a freshman knowing only a handful of students. And now as I walk out of Carter, I know the entire senior class. I understand that many of us are parting ways and understand that the certainty of everyday classes with each other is about to become a thing in the past. As each of us launch into a great beyond of what seems like an uncharted future, I want each and every one of you to realize that this is only the beginning. Go forward into greatness, and for the rest of your life, be the ones to remember. Life will offer many choices, and it is up to the individual to decide which path he or she takes. Everyone will not become doctors, lawyers, or professional athletes. Everyone will not become rich. But whatever you may become, be the best at it, and know that you can always do better. Don't become accustomed and comfortable with the same mentality, because life is full of change and growth. Remember that life is about it is not about who is the smartest. It is about who is willing and who worked the hardest. Choose your life with thought and consideration. As I close, if you don't remember anything I have said, remember this story. There was a young man that wanted to make money, so he went to a guru. And he went to the guru and said, "Man, I want to make money and be like you." The guru said, "Come to the beach at 4 a.m. The man looked at him like, "All right, if that's going to give me some money, I'll come." So at that morning, the young man came with a suit on. And the guru looked at him and said, if you want to have money and be rich, you'll walk in the water. The young man looked at him and said, I just paid $250 on this suit, man. You don't want me to get it wet? And the man was like, all right, if it's going to give me some money, I'll do anything. So he walked into the water. And as he walked in, he stopped when the water was at his waist level. And he looked at the guru and said, man, I don't want to be a lifeguard. I want to make some money. So the guru said, if you really want to be successful as you told me, you'll do as I say. So the man looked at him and like, man, you crazy, but you're a guru and you got money, so I'm going to trust you. So he continued to walk out, and he stopped again when the water got to his neck. He said, man, I don't care how much money you think I'm going to have if I do this, but I don't even want it if I'm going to have to go all the way under this water. And before he even let the rest of the words out, the guru got his head and pushed his head under the water. And I know if my head being pushed under the water, I'm going to be fighting to get up. So the guru pushed his head under the water, and he was strong enough to hold him down. And before the man was about to pass out, he let him up. I want y'all to answer this. The guru asked the man, when you was under that water, what did you want to do? He wanted to breathe. The message is, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. Most of you say that you want to be successful, but y'all don't really want it bad. Y'all just kind of want it. Y'all don't want it as much as you want to be on Twitter, as much as you want to be on Facebook, as much as you want to party. Most of you don't want success as bad as you want sleep. And I'm here to tell you that in order to be successful, you have to give up sleep. You got to learn how to work off of 5 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep. Sometimes you may have to stay up the whole night. How many people like football? I like football. Emmitt Smith had a commercial. He was lifting weights. And he told his spot, he was like, man, I won a Super Bowl. I can rest now. So he threw the weights up. It was about 325 pounds. He threw up, so he put it up for 5 seconds. After that 5 seconds, he picked it back up. Boom. Boom. That 5 seconds is all he rested. Most people won't be successful because when they study and work, they get tired and quit. Somebody came to me the other day crying. I said, look, don't cry to give up. Cry to keep going. You're already hurt. You already feel the pain. Why not get a reward from it? Don't get sidetracked. Don't quit. Don't stop until you succeed. Until the 2012 class, remember, we can, we will, and guess what? We did. Thank you.
First of all, I want to say thanks to both of the valedictorian and salutatorian. Can we give them a round of applause, please, for a great job? Ms. Carla Ranger, at this time I would like to, as the principal of David Wendel Carter High School, I hereby affirm that each candidate has met all requirements for graduation as determined by the state of Texas and the Dallas Independent School District, and they are qualified to receive their diplomas, or they are otherwise qualified to participate in this graduation ceremony consistent with the laws of the state of Texas and the Dallas Independent School District. I would also like to, at this time, remind all of you about the solemnness of this ceremony and ask that you please hold your applause as we present our diplomas till our students have received, so that all of our students can hear and our parents can hear their names called. And I want to thank you in advance for your cooperation.
Mr. Davis, I am pleased to award these diplomas, certifying that they are graduates of the Dallas Independent School District.
Class of 2012, Valedictorian, DeCardio Cottonhouse. The class of 2012, Salutatorian, Ashley Webb. Jesus Carranza. Brianna Harden. Alexis Farrell. Alex Coleman. Courtney Arnick. Kamisha Turner. Kiana Mayo. Holly Seals. Tyler Evans. Tyler Davis. Brittany Covington. Foster Davis. Jordan Anderson. Audra Hurd. Barbara Houston. Oscar Duarte Martinez. Tamika Cleveland. Ileana Martinez. Eddie Harris. Tiffany Benjamin. La Madeline Gale. Victorian Thomas. Jesus Abanza. Marco Abanza. Tamara Allen. Caesar Ariane. Jalen Armstrong. Keenan Baker. Josue Barboza. Christian Barron. Nicholas Black. Tanisha Boware. Darian Bonds. T. Wayne Brannon. Kendall Brown. Jessica Cabrera. Daniel Conley. Tisha Cooks. Brooke Covington. Markeisha Cox. Carrie Coy. David Crittenden. Jennifer Cruz. Ashley Daughtry. Camry Davis. Deja Davis. Tiara Dawson. Tahara Davis. Shaquille Dotsey. Bobby Ann Douglas. Claranisha Douglas. Victor Ephraim. Sade Favors. Jose Fernandez. Martisha Fisher. Ashley Ford. Jahad Francis. Tatanese Franklin. Candace Frazier. Anthony Gamble. Angelica Garcia. Ashton Garrett. Kyra Garrett. Jordan Giddings. Courtney Gilder. Myra Gonzalez. Devonna Goodman. Corey Grant. Saria Green. Rayana Green. Xavier Green. Alejandra Galero. Maria Gutierrez.
Okay, man.
Brandon Holmes. Ladarius Holmes.
I can be taking notes of names.
Tamara Howard. Roderick Hudson. Dominique Hunter. Veronica Minez. Afton Johnson. Alexis Johnson. Denzel Johnson. Gerard Johnson. Kendall Johnson. Mariante Johnson. Monique Johnson. Antoinette Jones. Jalen Jones. Mark Jones. Terrence Jones. Indica Jordan. Amber Kearney. Brianna Lacey. Derek Lacey. Brittany Lockett. Denise Lockhart. Felisa Lopez.
I'm not nervous right now, but I feel like
Jacqueline Lopez. Mylisha Lynn. DeAndrea Lynch. Jahad Mack. Jakari McClinton. Mitchell McCullum. Joshua McDowell. Jessica McGee. Aliquis McGill. Janiqua McKnight. Quincy Miller. Samitra Menifee. Jasmine Moffitt. Cedricia Monk. Shadaria Moore. Keontae Morgan. Debbie Neal. Devon Nelson. Jessica Nelson. Martin Neverez. Jaquaris Norman. Crystal O'Cray. Denise Oliver. Valerie Paramo. Joshua Parker. Patrick Payne. Yvonne Perez. Devontae Phillips. Leslie Pineda. Xavion Hurdle. Keshana Prather.
Congratulations, Carter.
Devin Price. Demarius Rambo.
Congratulations.
Jessica Ramirez. Steven Ramirez. Shalandra Reed. Kirsten Reese. Keenan Reeves. Julio Reyes. Roderick Richardson. Clavon Ryder. Latricia Riley. Eloy Robles. Kiera Roney. Tanisha Runnels. Exenia Russell. Roberto Salinas Garcia. Joshua Samples. Keldon Shears. LaShanti Simmons. Michael Simon. Antoinika Smith. Veronica Soto. Lauren Stanton. Braylon Stoglin. Waylon Sweat. Diamond Taylor. Eric Thomas. Harmonica Thomas. Claudia Torres. Antoinette Turner. Dominique Turner Rambo. Shadozi Ungwanali Allen. Garrett Van Zant. Ladarius Walker. Jeremiah Wallace. Jeree Warren. Tierra Washington. Javian Watts. Devaje Webb. Zamor Westmoreland. Donnie Wheaton Jr. Marlon Weeks. Courtney Whitaker. Adrian Wilkerson. Ayana Janae Williams. Chiamaka Williams. Dalen Williams. Chris Williams II. Christopher Wilson. Tiffany Wilson. Zachary Willen. Darian Wooten. Damisha Littleton. Christopher Young.
Okay, 2012, please stand. Please move your tassel over. Congratulations, 2012.
Please be quiet. Good afternoon, Carter Cowboys. My name is LaMadeline Gale, and I serve as First Vice President for this confident class of 2012. I have come to you today to thank and acknowledge those people who have committed themselves to our futures. I would first like to thank God for allowing us to embark upon such a special journey that not everyone achieves. Being a graduating senior is such a phenomenal accomplishment in which we will cherish forever. We would like to pay homage to Mr. Davis and let you know that we will miss those daily 9 o'clock announcements and those long midweek messages for our parents to hear, ending with, "I love you, but God loves you more." We won't forget about Ms. Henderson, stressing to us to be specific on what we say and what we mean. And we will remember all of the teachers, mentors, advisors, librarians, administrators, counselors, coaches, officers, and to all other faculty and staff who have helped us along the way and who challenged us and invested in us the knowledge and skills to achieve greatness. And for that, we would like to say thank you. Thank you to the parents and family members who never let up on us and showed us tough love in our times of distress. Thank you for leading us into the right direction and making it your job to see us succeed. Thank you to all the friends that told us to keep our heads up and kept us motivated and happy when that 2:30 feeling fell upon us at school. With the persistence, resilience, and dedication within this glorious village of people, we have achieved excellence. Though we will always cherish the heart of the cowboy, our high school days are finally complete. Next year, there will be a new senior class for the underclassmen to look up to. We will move on to pursue other endeavors and venture into the next chapter of our lives. As long as we keep faith in God and learn to respect ourselves and others as young men and young women, we will step higher into success, we will soar beyond the horizon, we will succeed, and we will be the ones to remember. Thank you.
Will everyone please stand and refrain from moving during the benediction? Please bow your heads. As we stand humble here today, we thank you for the support you have given us, and we ask for your continued guidance on our long journey ahead of us. When we look back to the school year, we are very proud of many things and also regretful of some things. We must understand that in our lives, there are some things you learn best and calm in the storm. Life brings you through challenges and changes to make you stronger. And I must say, this class, the ones to remember, is the strongest class to ever walk across this stage. As our class song states, there's a hero in all of us which will enable us to overcome any obstacles and will not let this dream fall apart. We will strive to the very best, and we know we can survive. We appreciate each and every blessing that we have received from teachers, administrators, family, and friends. We know if we remain faithful and steadfast, we will succeed in all endeavors. We thank you. Thank you.
Audience, please remain seated until our graduates have left the floor, please. Please remain seated until they leave. Thank you.